Hey YouTube, and welcome back. In this video we're going to be talking about engine balancing. We're not going to be showing you how to balance an engine per se, exactly what to do. Follow this video and you'll be an engine balancer by the end of the day. What we're going to do is show you what goes on when you take an engine over to a shop to get balanced. So that being said, I'm not going to be over-winded, over-long, and so that being said, let's get out there, and this is a flathead Ford, and we're going to go through the processes that goes into balancing an engine. What's the bob weight, how to figure out the bob weight, who Bob was, how much he weighs, all of those questions we're going to find out in the engine room. So let's get out there to the balance room. Not the engine room, that's going that way. We're going to go to the balance room. That'll be this way. Come on. Look at there. Some light going on. Hello YouTube. In this video we're going to be talking about engine balancing. In this video we're not going to actually show you how to balance a Ford 302, how to balance a Chevy, how to balance an LS, how to balance. Leave me some likes and subscribes and maybe I'll get there. This particular engine here that we're balancing happens to be a flathead Ford stroker motor scat kit. Let's go ahead and balance a flathead Ford, but don't think that this doesn't cross over to balancing any engine. It's an internal combustion engine, it's a 4-stroke engine, and the procedures that we do on this flathead Ford is the same procedures that we would do with an LS motor or a Chevy, Ford, Chrysler. All right, this happens to just be more video on balancing that I can add to my balancing video, so I'm not going to actually have anything else to say besides that. And that being said, I've said too much. Alrighty then, now we've gotten that the pins, and I checked all the pins, and pins are generally these days very consistent. The older stuff, you better start, weighing your pins. There's going to be some differences in the pin. Take that differences to your advantage. If I have pistons that are within a gram up and down, and I got pins that are within a gram up and down, let's mate them together. The piston that's a 1 gram heavy, put the pin that's 1 gram lighter. Keep that one, tag it, it goes to its home. Those two are now husband and wife forever. You notice I didn't say brother and sister because that's just not very funny. All right, so we're gonna mate them and they're gonna stay that way. So now if we can juggle our parts around, we don't have to grind, touch, machine anything. Just using a little bit of effort, a little bit of a skill, and I can balance parts around a lot of times without ever getting a grinder, going to mill and machining and drilling and cutting and so on and so forth. Did I mention today's my birthday? I might be a little bit crazy today because it's a little bit of a birthday present. Anyway, let's get back to it. The piston pin. All of these weigh the same. This is a modern, brand new scat set of pins, and they're ready on, or they are on the money. But you're going, but show me. You're not showing me. And I'm going to show you how they are. And you're wondering, why do you keep doing that? Analog world, the vibration actually balances out my scale very quickly. The older we get, the slower we start going. It takes a while to get moving. And the oils in here, there's 2 dash pots in here that have oil that dampen the 2 sides. Here I am, getting a little more carried away than more info than you needed to hear today on this Tuesday morning for y'all. Did I mention it's my birthday today? All right, I think we're going to hear that a lot in this video. All right. Love it, like it, want some more of it. We got 120 grams, and you're wondering, hey, you're doing it over there and I can't see what you're doing. And I don't want that. I want y'all to see what we're doing here. I really, really, really do. You see the scale right there? There it is, right there. See the scale right there? Okay. Piston pin on the scale. This is what I'm doing. Did you see how the line just barely moved as I tapped it? Boom. You're gonna go, let me slow this down. Boom. Y'all gotta, boom. Now I want you to see something on an analog world is if I sit there and put the pin over here, it actually, it's still pretty damn close, but generally it doesn't like that. Pretty damn close still. go still. Well, there it is. A little slightly off. So you're wondering, why is all this on my scale? It's because I pick a spot, and when I'm checking the weights, I go ahead and always hit that same spot. Analog, 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 and I want to be as accurate as a digital scale. So I want to go ahead and always hit the same spot. So I have a 0 set there. When I'm doing a piston, maybe not one with, when I'm doing a piston, I'll actually center the piston in the hole. So we're not doing pistons right now. Bam. Little tip of the day. On your analog scale, it will move up. Even on the digital scale, I like to repeat. Did I mention I like to repeat? All right. What do we have there? 0. Why is it 0? Because we're 0 here. All right, a little tip of the day. Believe it or don't, but you may have, I don't want to, let's not go there. Tip of the day, don't do what I've seen done before. Look at this. I'm going to weigh all 8 pins, and I'm going to divide by 8. There's my weight on my pins. All 8 pins, put them on the scale one time, divide by 8. Let's move on, rock and roll. We're a production shop. Don't do that. If you don't want to balance, don't balance. Don't just play the game like I'm balancing. Do it. Get out there and balance an engine. All right, that was just a tip of the day. Let me get back to balancing. Did I mention my birthday today? All right, sorry. All right, let's try this again. All right, instead of having the scale already set up and then you're just seeing me basically talk about it, I thought that it was a good time to, let's set the scale up. And then you see there's no smoke and mirrors and stuff. All right, Ross forged piston. I'm going to center it up on the top. Let's see, do we think it's 200 grams? It's not quite 200, it's more than 200. 300 grams. It's 307, it seems like. Let's see. Oh, yeah. 5, 6, 7. I'll be looking at my back. Y'all need to come up here and see what's going on up here. Y'all don't need to see what's going on behind my back. You need to see what's going on in front of my back, right? I don't know. I want to try to save that. All right. So I put the scale. Here we are. Here's the scale, piston on top, and then we're going to see how much it weighs. This is 200 grams. Not enough. Add another 100 grams. It's starting to get in the right direction. Bam. There we are. We're at, there you are. Now you see this side of the scale, we're at 0. So on the back side, we have 2, 3. Over here, we have 6. So what do we have? 2306. Voila. All right. Let's get back to it. Okay. 2306. Man, we have one piston that's about 1/2 of a gram. 1/2 of a gram. There we go. So all of them are 306. We have one that's a 1/2 a gram, 1/2 a gram. All these rest are 306. Don't be looking at my back. I'm sorry I put my back to you. 306, 306, 306, 306, 306, 306 and a half gram. Okay, I need a 1/2 gram, don't I? Let's find that half gram. I think we can find that half gram. I think we can find that half gram. What are y'all doing? Slightly over. Slightly over. Slightly over. A little bit high. Slightly over. They're pretty damn dead nuts. I tried to find one pin that was just slightly over, and they're right on the money. So we got a half of a gram on one piston. Okay. Put that one in the back, put the 0. No matter what I do, it's a half a gram. It's like, don't fight it. Dead nuts. All right, we got a half a gram, and there's places in here that we can remove. If it was anything more than a half a gram, I would probably take that off the pin and just keep it with this one. It's much easier. Tip of the day. Tip of the day, think about it. If you can see my head, tip of the day. All right, tip of the day, think about it. If you had to remove a half a gram off of aluminum or a half a gram off of steel, which pile would be smaller on your table? Pile of metal. Y'all are awesome. The steel. Steel weighs more than aluminum, so it takes less machining. So if I want to take away sometimes 2 or 3 grams, that's a lot of aluminum. I'm going to have a big old pile on my table here of aluminum. Or I can take the pin and bore the inside of the pin, slightly put a taper or bore it very little, and that's a half a gram. Now that pin is now married to this piston, which they're going to get married anyway. They're just not going to just hang out and be friends. So anyway, that's a way that I would prefer. This one being a half a gram. Let's see how we can whittle on this piston and get a half a gram. Come on, let's do it. All right there. Alrighty there. Thanks for coming back after lunch. Did I mention today's my birthday? Let's forget about that. But thank you for your birthday wishes. Alrighty then. We're back. We're back. This was a half a gram the last we spoke. And you're probably wondering, why isn't it a half a gram anymore? Voila, I'm back. Alright. So this is, I have all different kind of pads, Scotch-Brite pads. We don't talk about them. Show them to you. All right, I'm back. I mentioned today's my birthday. All right, stop that. Okay, so I have all of these different pads, kind of in a little festive mode, if you know what I mean. So this Scotch-Brite pad, you know what a Scotch-Brite pad is? Don't ever use this to remove gasket material off of your cylinder heads. If I see you ever doing that, oh, their belt's coming off. I'm just kidding. I was reverting back to some old thoughts. All right, I'm done with those. All right, here we are. So all I did was I came in here. This is what's called little balancing pads. They have little balancing pads that they do their balancing. I came in here. I'm going to give it the sound effect. Wee, wee, wee. And just like that, blew it off with air. There you go. And look at there. I don't know if you can see that. I haven't molested this. We don't want to molest ever a piston. Don't ever molest your pistons. What you do in your own closet is up to you. Never mind. Did I mention today's my birthday? All right. So we got a half a gram. And look at there. We were able to take off a half a gram very lightly on the inside of the piston. Maybe. Can you see that? half gram lighter, and we didn't sit there and really molest it or butcher it up or anything. All right. All right, what are we gonna do today? Let's get to balancing. I mentioned today's my birthday. All right, I did probably already, didn't I? Let's get to it. All right. Oh, you're still here. Hey. Okay, we got the pistons done. We got the pins done. What are we going to do next? We're going to document what the pistons are now. And then we're going to go ahead and let's do our rings and the rod bearings. And you're wondering, what? You got to balance rings and rod bearings? Man, what are you doing over there, Danny? All right, let me get stuff set up and then I'll come back at you, with you. With you, at you? Who am I looking at? Damn it. Damn it. Okay. Ross spiral locks. Spiral lock. And it takes 2 per piston. And if we were just measuring 2 spiral locks, it's showing about 1.5, slightly over 1.5. Let's go ahead and do 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. And sure enough, there's our 12. So both ways add up exactly right, and I like that. So on the locks, and I'm going to go here times 2 equals 1.5. And don't ever just throw them all on there and weigh them. Ross, I'm going to say thank you on this one, has 1 extra spiral lock in case you mess one up. So if you would have just tossed these down here or poured them out and threw them back in there, you'd be off, wouldn't you? No chance anything. All right. Let's get to it. I'll keep looking at the wrong person. Let's get to it. Hey, what do we have here? We have a set of King bearings. Oh, sorry about that. All right, we don't want to take any chances. Any chances are 2 bearings. I already know these weigh 34, but I ain't taking a chance. Look at there, 34 grams. And we're going to times that times 2. Y'all do the math, that's 68. And math magicians here. All right. And got my grandkids here. I never have to add anything up ever again. All right, let's put the rod bearings back into. I'm not going to weigh every single rod bearing. If I was doing a $50,000 engine, I actually do weigh every single bearing. There's very few times that the bearing is actually off within 1/8 of a gram. So weighing just 2 is fine on bearings. I have yet in my years of balancing engines have seen where there was a variance. Occasionally there is, and on a race motor most definitely would check every single bearing. Hey, I'm back with a set of Grant rings. Have you ever wondered how much do Grant rings weigh? I know y'all just sit at home and just keep on thinking of these things. Is how much does a Grant ring weigh on a 3 5/16 bore forged flathead? I don't know. Let's find out. There's your O-ring, there's your 2 wipers, there's your expander. What do we got here? The second ring and the top ring. And we have, I know now you're going to want to find you one of these on eBay, because they're just so much fun. What do we have there? 40 1, 2, 42. 42 and a half, maybe. It's not 43. No, it's not. It's 42. Top ring. Second ring. Right back in his little packages with the numbers. Oil ring. Right back in his little package. We're not assembling this engine. So, I want to make sure and put it right back in. What do we have? Did I say? I didn't write it down. Can I ask y'all? Hey, thank you. Thanks for reminding me. Y'all are awesome. What was that again? That's right. Rings are 42. Thanks. If not, I would have to go measure it all again. But y'all are in with me, helping me out even. So that's good. Good. I like that. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, hey YouTube, welcome back. Don't be sneaking up on me like that. Now we're gonna weigh some connecting rods, and you're probably thinking, how hard is that, Danny? Let me just weigh some connecting rods and be done with it. Once again, I apologize for looking at someone over there in that corner that I keep on looking at, and I need to be looking at y'all. So, that being said, you're probably thinking, what's the difficult? Weigh the rod and be done with it. Let's get on with it. I don't want to spend all day learning how to balance. You only got 10 or 15 minutes of time with me. I don't know what I'm doing or what I'm saying. Alrighty then. Hello YouTube and welcome back. And you might be thinking that weighing a connecting rod is as simple as weighing a connecting rod. And if all you want is the weight of the connecting rod, that is pretty simple. But did you know that we have a rotating weight and we have a reciprocating weight? A way that I like to remember that I'm never going to forget, think about this. Reciprocating weight. Stop it, you'll never forget that again, will you? And a rotating weight. You will never, ever forget that. Now, every time you hear rotating or reciprocating, you're going to be thinking about this video. And that's what we want, is we want you to remember. So think of it humorous, and that way you won't forget. Once again, reciprocating weight, rotating weight. Why is that a difference? Well, there is a difference because the connecting rod is not all just spinning inside the motor. Part of it is going up and down. Stop it. It's reciprocating weight. Not what you were thinking. And the other part is rotating. So, once again, rotating and reciprocating. You'll never forget it. I hope you never forget. And if you do, you're a cheap date. Oh, all right. So let's go. Let's get to how we're going to figure this stuff out of here. Figure this out. If I seem I'm a little cheerful today, did I mention it's my birthday? Well, thank you. I actually heard one of y'all out there. Happy birthday. Well, thank you. And so I don't forget happy birthday to you too. Because out there, y'all are going to have a birthday one day this year. You may have already had it, or you may be about to have it, but I'm kind of smart that way. I bet you're going to have one. Alrighty then. Enough of that. I would put this one off the wrong way, and that would have been bad. Woo, buddy. Welcome to some of my outtake videos. I think the outtakes are more fun than the actual videos. Video. Alright. Let's get going. We can't weigh the complete connecting rod. That's not the proper way to do it. So what we want to do is we want to divide the weight. So I have this little jig here, and we're about to get jiggy with it. And y'all by now knew that was coming. I just pretty much figured y'all knew that was coming. All right. All right, if this meant anything to you, hit the like and subscribe button. Leave me a comment. Tell me that this is working. It's not working. Shop Mom reads everything. I read it too, but she will highlight it and give it to me and blah, blah, blah. All right, we're back in from the... All right, we're back in from the balance room. I hope this was enlightening, informative, if nothing else, educational, maybe entertaining. Any one of those words will be fine with me. Hit the comment, tell me what you'd like to see, tell me if this is working for you. If this is not working for you, tell me a cool story about your dad's old car back in 1969. All right, we're back in from the balance room. I hope there's been an enlightening. Remember back in the day when you used to go to the store with your mom and you were getting produce and you got some bananas or apples and you put them on the scale? I know you remember. Those bring back good memories. It has nothing to do with this, but it did bring back a good memory. Did I mention today's my birthday? All right, so put up with me for today. All right, let's get back to it. I don't know about all this stuff.